A very good evening to you, Lilian, back in Nairobi, here in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. The search for a ceasefire on the South Sudan crisis remains so near yet so far. And the two mediators in this crisis, Lazarus Sumbeyo and Seyum Mesfin, early today drafted proposals on how best the South Sudan crisis can be resolved, and gave out the proposals to the two warring factions to go and hold separate meetings and deliberate on the proposals and submit their findings on those proposals for a face-to-face session, and ultimately try to see whether a ceasefire can be brokered and have the two warring factions sign an agreement ceasing hostilities in the youngest nation in the African continent. But up to this hour, Lilian, nothing much has happened. However, the two warring sides have since submitted their proposals and their responses to the draft proposals prepared by the two chief mediators. And what we understand, Lilian, is that any time from now, the two teams may have a session, a face-to-face session that would ultimately have the two sign an agreement for cessation of hostilities to the South Sudan violence that continues to claim more lives and have more people flashed out of their homes.
Iko sawa. Tumefikiana, si nimekwambia ni maneno madogo na alama kidogo ambaye lazima tunyoroshe. Ile iwe kitu ambaye ni kama international ambaye inajulikana vizuri.
And the rebel group, if you may like it, has since admitted that they have since lost control of Bentiu town to the forces loyal to the government. Their spokesman here in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, conceding that they have lost that crucial town. However, they are calling it a temporary setback.
In the afternoon, we lost control of Bentiu to forces of Salva Kiir and elements of JAM, that's Justice and Equality Movement rebels from Darfur. And as you know, the government troops, they do not have the capacity to defeat our forces, and that's why they brought in Ugandan forces. They are also getting closer support from Ugandan Air Force, and the latest group to join in is the JAM. The government does not have the capacity to defeat us militarily, and that's why they are bringing in mercenaries from Uganda and from JAM.
Lilian, remember, the signing of a cessation of hostilities is just the first step in a long process of trying to seek peace in South Sudan. According to members of the delegation of the SPLM that is opposed to President Salva Kiir's leadership, they are insisting that a political solution will only be established if the 11 political detainees are released. They are insisting that the 11 political detainees are part of the problem in the South Sudan crisis, and as such, their release is important and must go hand in hand with a political solution.
Because if we create a conducive environment by signing this cessation of hostilities, if the guns are silent on the ground, then that will give us time and to discuss various modalities on how we can immediately launch the political negotiations between the two factions of the leadership of SPLM.
So we wait to see how far the process will go on, probably tonight, to see whether a cessation of hostilities agreement will be signed between the two parties, and then set in motion the process of seeking a political solution to South Sudan. That's all for now. My name is Francis Gashuri, reporting for Citizen Weekend from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia.